Brothers and sisters, אני אוהב אתכם. I want to tell you a story about two great Jewish heroes of our generation. In 1976, July of 1976, an airplane belonging to Air France from Israel to Europe through Greece was hijacked by terrorists. On board were about 100 Israelis and Jews. I believe one of the hostages is actually in this room. Over there? Where? Okay. Where? Okay. Could you stand up for a moment? How old were you? He was 10 years old. After some travails, the airplane was diverted to the city of Entebbe in Uganda, in the heart of Africa. And the terrorists told the state of Israel, you have to release murderers and terrorists, otherwise we're going to kill these passengers. Also, they divided the passengers into Jews and non-Jews. They released the non-Jews. This is 1976, 31 years after the Holocaust, after the Shoah. They divided between Jews and non-Jews and released the non-Jews. What can you do? In Israel, quietly, a unit, the unit of the Israeli IDF, a unit called Sayeret Matkal, quickly began planning a rescue operation. On 4th of July, 1976, hours before the ultimatum ran out, a bunch of Hercules planes took off from Israel with the soldiers inside the airplanes. No one else was going to help us. No country in the world volunteered to help, even though it was an Air France plane. It wasn't El Al. It was up to us. Quietly, in the middle of the night, they pretended to be Ugandan airplanes. They landed. Out came a fancy Mercedes that pretended to be the Mercedes belonging to the leader of Uganda. And within minutes, the soldiers approached the room where the hostages were located. They came in by surprise, shot down, killed the terrorists, released the hostages, got them on the airplane, and within about 90 minutes, the airplanes were on their way back to the state of Israel. Unfortunately, a few hostages got hurt. One soldier was heavily wounded, and only one soldier fell. The commander of the core of the operation, and his name is Yoni Netanyahu. That's Prime Minister Netanyahu's older brother. Yoni fell to restore the dignity of the Jews, of the Jewish people. 30 years later, almost to the date, Second Lebanon War, I was fighting in that war. In one of the tough battles of the war, a commander in Olami Brigade, whose name is Ro'i Klein, was facing a very difficult situation in a small room. There were a bunch of soldiers fighting Hezbollah, and suddenly a hand grenade was thrown into this small location, and if nothing was done, the whole group of soldiers would be hit badly and probably killed. In a split-second decision, Ro'i Klein jumped on the grenade, saying what Jews said for thousands of years, saying, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. These are the words we said 3,300 years ago in Sinai. These are the words Jews said before entering Eretz Yisrael with Joshua. These are the words that King David said 3,000 years ago. These are the words that every one of our grandparents and great-great-great-grandparents in Yemen, in Morocco, in France, in America, in Germany, in Poland, in Lithuania, in Baghdad, in Persia, in Ethiopia, in Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay. These are the words that for 2,000 years, every day we said, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. This is what kept us alive. These are also the words that were discovered in the gas chamber in Auschwitz. On the wall of the gas chamber, written with a thumbnail, Shema Yisrael. And these are the words that will keep the Jewish people as the people of eternity. Shema Yisrael. 30 years ago, after Operation Entebbe, Operation Yonatan, they wrote a song, a special song about the operation and Yoni Netanyahu. And in 2006, they added one verse to that song dedicated to Ro'i Klein. We're going to play it. I'll try to translate it online. This is about the rescue operation. At midnight, they got up and they hit at the end of earth, in Entebbe. As children of a bird, they flew far to restore the dignity of humankind. To the land of Israel they returned, to the sweetness of its fields, to the Carmel mountain and the Negev, to a people who will never again stand silent, who will never let go of its sons, to the land of Israel, who in its mountains there's a city that goes from one generation to another, the city of Jerusalem, to a land to whom its children are connected in good times and bad. At midnight, a windstorm covers our fields. a tall bush kneels to the one who at that night did not return, to Yoni Netanyahu. To the land of Israel we return, to the sweetness of its fields, to Mount Carmel and the desert, to the people, the Jewish people, who will never be silent again, who will never desert one of our children, to the land of Israel, whose tears are shed on a field of sunflowers, whose sadness and happiness are always intertwined. Now's the new verse, the name of Ro'i Klein. When it dawned from darkness, he rescued hurt soldiers from fire. When a hand grenade was thrown, he used his body to save his friends. So the land of Israel, its tears were withheld amid the Kiddush Hashem of Ro'i Klein. And when he said Shema Yisrael, the silent wind took his name. Ro'i, may God protect you for eternity. On your special dear ways and deeds, on your courage, on the land of Israel, that your soul for eternity will be connected to.
על ארץ בי שנשמתך שזורה לנצח בבגד יומה.
My brothers and sisters, we've been gifted. Many years, people thought we were the cursed nation. We've been gifted to be sons and daughters of this blessed nation. But it's up to every one of us to realize the greatness of the nation. By staying Jewish, by connecting to Eretz Yisrael, by always standing up. If you're on campus and someone says anything bad about Israel, you don't stay silent. You stand up and you fight. Toda Rabba, Am Yisrael Chai.